Hey y'all, Trailer Trish here. I'm nervous about this one. Okay guys, so I wasn't really sure if I was going to talk about this or not. Still not sure if I'm going to post this or not. I think I'm gonna, because I'm transparent. I just don't want people to look at me differently. But this isn't about me, and I think people, when they watch this, will understand that. This is about my mother, and the issues that I talk about are my mother's doing and not mine, and I know that. And I think y'all know that. So this video is actually for Lauryn. If you guys know that documentary that just came out, Unknown Number or whatever it's called on Netflix. This poor girl, when I watched this documentary, I watched the whole thing and I was infuriated when I saw the end. And the mother making excuses and saying things like she didn't send the first messages, and her excuses for why she sent them made me so angry. Because what is wrong with you, you know? And this poor daughter just wants to have a relationship with her mother, and she's still so young. And I so relate to that because I gave my own mother so many chances. And if you guys have seen my videos in the past, I did make a video about my mom and the reason that I don't speak to my mom anymore. If you guys haven't seen that, I'll link it down below. Like the final straw of why I don't talk to my mom anymore. But there's many layers. There's many times in my life that I stopped speaking to my mother. And I feel like I have so much trauma from my mom that I almost forget about how many times that occurred in my life. So I just want this girl, Lauryn, to know that she's not alone and that she doesn't have to put up with that behavior and that she doesn't have to have a relationship with this woman, and that I understand completely how hard it is to have a mom that feels like your best friend and to communicate with your mom every day. I used to live in Chicago and I called my mom every single day, all day. Me and my mom talked all the time. And I'm gonna tell a story right now that's gonna make you guys think I'm crazy for having my mom in my life beyond this moment. So again, just a reminder, this was my mom's doing, not mine. My mom went through boyfriends like she went through trying on pairs of shoes. So it was hard to expect relationships between her and men to last any longer than 5 minutes. When I was in high school, she dated this man. He had a nephew. I dated that nephew. She actually ended up dating this man for quite a while. And she cheated on him. And she cheated on him a lot. And I high school, dated him for 8 months. He bought me a promise ring. We were pretty serious. We broke up because he cheated on me with his ex-girlfriend. Our physical relationship didn't go beyond like smooching, you know, kissing. I was in high school. I was a freshman when we dated, so that wasn't, you know, what I was thinking about at that age. I was scared of kissing still, so kissing was the max that I went with that boy. But we were pretty serious, you know, high school. He was a senior at a different school. But my mom made comments about him, his body, him being attractive. And my mom used to throw parties at my house for my friends and let them get drunk in my basement. And she always said that it was because she felt safer with me being in the house instead of being out at a party at someone else's house. So she would have the parties at my house to make sure I was safe. I don't know if that's good parenting. I don't think so. Probably a big part of why I haven't had alcohol in 7 years. I had alcohol way too young as a kid, but anyways, yeah, my mom made comments about a lot of boys that I liked in high school or dated in high school or was friends with in high school. Inappropriate comments. And I had like a male friend lived with us for a little while in high school. So anyways, back to college. My mom, when I was in college, she told me about this younger guy that she had been seeing. She would tell me about this younger guy she was seeing and whatnot. And one day I had to come home for a dentist appointment, and I was taking the train back home, and then she was picking me up in the car, and she said, oh, by the way, you're going to meet my boyfriend today. And I was like, oh, Mom, why didn't you tell me? I would have put on makeup and got a little more presentable if I knew I was going to be meeting someone today. And she said, oh, you already know him. And I'm like, I already know him. I'm trying to guess who it could be, you know. And my first comment is, nephew? She was in a relationship for like 14 years or something like that. And she goes, oh, I thought you were going to be more upset that he was your ex-boyfriend. Ma'am, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. Yeah, that's gross. So I'm like, okay. So we go back to the house, and he comes walking out of my mom's bedroom, shirt off. Hey, Trish, sorry. And I'm like, this is so weird and gross, but whatever. This is my mother. These are the things that she does. Oh, and that nephew's father recently passed away, and my mom had the audacity to go to his funeral. Yeah, so there's that. Turns out I found out later on that she actually also kissed my friend that lived in that home briefly. Pretty sure when he was like 21 or something, so at least it wasn't when he was a teenager, but still disgusting. There was, I think, I want to say an 8-year gap between when I dated and she dated her, but hello? That's your daughter's ex. What are you doing? So, and I don't know how I let that go. I should have immediately been like, I cannot exist in a world in which you think that's okay and goodbye. But we went through many different horrible things after that. And finally I had to cut her off for the reason in which, if you watch the other video, you'll understand. But what is wrong with mothers that do things to their children that scar them for life and traumatize them? And it's just not right. Like, what are you doing? And like, I don't want to put things out too much about my like family. Like, I don't want to embarrass my family because I love my family, but I don't love my mom anymore, you know? And I don't really care about embarrassing her because she doesn't really deserve protection. I'm totally fine with people knowing that she's a bad person, and I really don't care if she sees this or who sees this or who's like, y'all can say whatever you want in the comments. It will not bother me at all. You can say anything you want about my mother in the comments. It will not bother me at all. But because I've come to terms with it. I haven't spoken to her in 7 years. So, I want this Lauryn girl to understand that what her mother did is not okay. It's not acceptable. And she doesn't have to have this woman in her life just because she's her mom. And I can understand having a hard time losing that relationship, because I had a hard time losing that relationship. My mom was my best friend. And that is such a toxic relationship to have. A mom best friend is a horrible, like, I knew way too much personal information about my mother that I should never have been told as a child. Like, I had way too much knowledge that I did not need to know because I was her firstborn. We always said that, like, we were Lorelai and Rory Gilmore if my mom hadn't had kids after me, because I have 2 sisters and a brother. But we were just very close, and she burned that bridge so many times, and I just accepted the bad behavior because she's my mom. You're supposed to love your mom. Like, your mom gave birth to you. Like, you're supposed to always love your mom. Like, You know what I mean? You're just, and I can't tell you how many times I've been told, like, oh, you should forgive your mom. Oh, that's your mom, blah, 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 blah. It's your family. No, you don't. You really don't. And I actually had a very brief conversation with someone recently that's like a distant family member that I have not seen in years since I was young. And she said, oh, hey, Trish, say hi to your mom for me. And I just kind of went, ooh, touchy subject. I kind of went, oh, sorry, I haven't talked to my mom in 7 years, but I can tell, my cousin to tell her hi for you. And she goes, you know what? No, never mind. You don't have to tell your mom hi for me. You don't have to talk to your mom ever again if you don't want to, because there's some people that are not supposed to be in your life anymore. And that, I guess, is the one that's not supposed to be in your life anymore. And thank God for that understanding moment from a family member, because so many people want you to just forgive because they're blood, they're family. No, you don't. You don't. Lauryn, if you're watching, you don't. You don't have to, and you shouldn't. Your mom seems incredibly dangerous. I fear for your life if you accept her back into your life. I really do. I'm really afraid for you. Because the boundaries that were crossed were way worse. Way worse. Those messages were insane, hurtful. They could have caused permanent harm. And you know that. So, oh man, she's so young. That poor girl, she's so young. I think she's only 18 or something right now. Still in high school, I think. I'm 40. And it took me till I was, 33 to cut my mom off? After forgiving her for so many insane things. Insane things. My mom made me hide so many secrets for her. Woo! There will be story times in the future, guys. There's some things I kind of want to get permission first before I talk about from siblings, maybe. But woo-wee! Yeah. You don't have to forgive bad people just because they're your parents. You really don't. And this Lauryn girl, I very much fear for her life if she forgives this woman. If you guys watch the documentary, I have not watched a single commentary about it because I wanted to give my own opinion before hearing other people's opinion. I'll definitely watch Christina Randall's opinion after this because I did see a video of hers pop up and I want to hear what she has to say. But I wanted to give my own. But the minute this woman came on the camera and started saying the BS that she said that was complete garbage, I was like, I gotta make a video about this. I can't stay silent on this topic. Even though my channel is usually very bubbly and happy and fun and it's about purses and food and Halloween, there's sometimes I gotta, use my voice for good and use my voice to be real and talk about things that matter to me and be serious and, talk about stuff that's not very comfortable. That's the whole point of, having a YouTube channel, is to be able to be yourself. And this is me, I don't know if I would consider it true crime, but true crime is a pretty big important thing to me. It's true crime. I mean, there was a jail sentence involved. There was, criminal activity involved in what happened. But y'all, this is for you guys too. You don't have to put up with that behavior from anyone. Sibling, child, parent, relationship, teacher, boss, nobody. If somebody does something to you that you don't like, you don't have to put up with it. Period. You can cut people off. There's a block button for a reason. It exists for a reason. You don't have to be hurt by people. Block them. Block, delete. That's it. Mental health matters, y'all. Your mental health matters. We only live once. There's no reason to put up with that crap. No reason to put up with anybody hurting you in any way, shape, or form. Physically, mentally, nothing. Rue says, love yourself. Okay? Bye, y'all. Love you.